Hey guys, welcome back to Clement Customs. So I think we'll do another episode on the NSU. And I think it's finally time to finish the last pieces in the interior so we can finally start enclosing everything in here. Stay tuned, let me show you what we're up to. We got Vincent here rocking some swag. Thanks for bending over right in front of the camera. Doing what he does best. Little sweep up, eh, buddy?
Little clean up. Yeah,
before we start getting to work. We turn the car around, so let's show you guys what we're up to. So last episode, you saw us get this loosely together, not welded in or anything, it's just in place. So I want to start working on these final pieces here. And then away from that cover plate, we're going to be all pretty loosely mocked together in here, away from the floor. Got to cut another piece because I cut this one too short. That one's a little too short, so I might cut one a little bit longer. Don't worry about this. We'll get this all figured out as well. Let's get to working on both these sides. So a few months ago, I cut out these panels. Never showed you guys. To fit in the car, so let's start with that. They'll be on each side of the bodies. Let's test fit these. It's been a few months. I can't remember if they fit at all or anything, so let's test them out. Hey, not bad, actually. That's gonna be the first piece. We'll weld it all up here. Whoop. And then we're gonna make something to sit. A little cover plate across here. And this is all gonna be attached, obviously, this part of the body, which will come off with the car, so we'll put a little lip here. Obviously, we're gonna have to build a little piece in here as well. But that's the idea. I think we can make that work. Maybe I'll start by drilling a couple holes here so we can plug weld that. Top and bottom. Bottom obviously will be a little challenging until we pull it. All right. It's a step in the right direction. Okay, that's the first one just loosely in. Let's throw the other side in. So it's a little more snug. There we go. So Vincent, I put him on a little task. Let's show what you did, buddy. Get in the car. You took a little piece of cardboard. Remember, he's old. Forgive him for taking a little time to get down.
Yeah.
But
so essentially, that's gonna go right there.
Yep, so we made a little piece.
Slide it behind. Continue the tag welds, right?
That's right. So we're gonna go trace that out, and we'll cut out a piece, put a little bend in it, and let's make the next piece.
Just like that.
I think I'm gonna need a bit more, but let's go test fit it anyways. We'll slide this guy in here. That's how she looks. In all honesty, not too bad.
I like it.
So I think it will do the job. For now, that works. We're gonna end up taking it out. I'll drill a bunch of holes, then we'll plug weld it all into here. Probably end up welding this seam, welding this seam. But for now, just like all this other stuff, we're just loosely in place. So let's do the same to this side. All right, let's test this guy out now. Not bad, might trim that down a little bit, but all right. So here's the second side. You know, squeeze that in, got a little welding to do. I say trim this up a little bit so we can pull that in, but away from that, not too bad. I like it. So now we're gonna start working on filling in this piece here. But otherwise, pretty happy, eh? I cut out a couple pieces of angle iron to sit here. So we'll duplicate that for this side as well, so we can make a little track that we can put a piece of sheet metal over, because this whole thing will go up with the body, right? So got one made up. Let's make a second set. weld it all together, put her in place. I'll take it out, weld it up on the bench. Well, before I start mounting this rail in here, just because all this is still loose, I think I'll throw a couple tacks in, maybe across the tub here to hold this where we want it. Maybe stick a couple tacks down below so the sheet actually stays where we want it, and then we can mount this rail inside. So let's go ahead with that. Just a few nice ugly welds in there. Holds that where it needs to be. Alright, went ahead, tacked this piece in, so it gives you your idea of what how we're gonna cover this. Once the body's off the pan, we'll be able to get back here and do a bunch of welding under here. But for now, it's just tacked in. So let's also tack this piece in, boop boop, and then we will work on connecting. I think we'll connect piece here, doot doot, and then we can put our cover piece over here. So let's get on it. So now that piece is welded in there, we'll connect down here, and we'll start working on our cover. We have a little connector piece here, so now that's all one piece. So now let's build a nice piece of sheet metal for this. I'll do a little grinding, grind those smooth. A little more welding, grind all that smooth. I guess same with that spot. So then it's got a nice flat spot to lie on. But let's go cut a piece. Forgot that I cut the piece already, so let's just clean up the edges because they're all rough. And mark it and bend it. All right, that's pretty good. Got to trim around the body here a little bit, so to give her a little cut. Away from that, I think she's gonna work. I'm actually not quite happy with how much gap I left on the bottom, so I'm gonna recut this piece. Maybe it'll work for that side. Who knows? So let's recut this piece. All right, guys, welcome back to Clement Customs. Is what I want to say, because it feels like a new video, because it's been 2 months since I've done any work to the NSU. As you can see, all the windows are out. The car came to a show for a little advertisement. Jake's moved out. We got the Austin van here. You've seen us pick up the other Prinz one. Life's been busy. It's been wild here. So the poor NSU has been neglected. And at my normal fashion, I did half a video before the 2-month break. So anyways, I got to get my head back into this, figure out where we're at, and let's keep working. We got to get this. I want this thing ready for, next summer. So we got a year's worth of time. So easy. But anyways, let's get back to this. You guys have been waiting. You guys have been wanting to see some NSU action. I feel like the start of this video might be a little boring. This whole video might be a little boring. Anyways, I apologize. Let's get to it. So have an engine out of one of our cars going for a rebuild. It said it's had enough. So that'll be another video or two coming up after this one at some point. Won't tell you what car it's in. You'll have to wait and see for that. So anyways, back at it. Let's get going. I cut a new piece to fit in here. I just have it screwed in, just kind of like this panel, temporarily put in. Good enough. Let's work on this side. Gotta be extra careful because I don't have the windows taped up right now. But I did realize that I probably should have changed the tape sooner because there's already a bunch of splatter marks in it that must have gotten through the tape in time, which is lovely. But, oh well, she's all patinaed out. She'll have a little bit of pitting in the windows. Life goes on. So, anyways, let's tack some of these back together out of the car. And, work on the other side. All right, that's one. Let's duplicate it for the other side. These guys here. Start mounting them in the car. Well, since I am a little paranoid about the glass, because I've already messed it up a bit, I think I might as well. I got some tape here. Guess I'll tape her back up. Better safe than sorry. Save the glass as much as we can. But fortunately for you guys, I'm not going to make you watch the outside tape up. Not going to tape up the front windshield, as you guys know, or if you haven't, if you don't know, I got a new windshield for it. So it gives me a little light inside. So we'll leave the windshield. It's sad seeing all the tape back on it. It was nice having no tape on it for a while. But oh well, safety is key. Somehow the glass with the tape on it has more pits in it than the windshield that I didn't tape up, which is weird, but oh well. Like I said, I'll tape up the outside now and let's get working on the inside once it's done. All right, now that we got both the sides put in, take our sheet, throw it over top. That will be our cover for that corner. So for now, I'll do the same as on that side, is I'll just put a couple screws in it to keep her in place. And then, like everything else, we'll get some final welding in later down the road. Like I say, I like to make sure things fit before I try to change them up and they're all welded in. So I'll just put a couple screws for now, and then we'll see how she looks. Yes, so there's another big piece of the puzzle done. I know it's nothing crazy. Maybe I'll make little cup holders on top of those. I don't know. We'll think of something. I know I'm sure you guys are gonna be upset with how plain and boring that is. Who knows? Maybe we'll cut a hole in there, put a little access panel for some storage. So I've read a few comments where you guys were questioning where I'm gonna keep things, store things, even cleaning supplies. I don't know. You know, it's just gonna be a fun car to drive. It's not like we're gonna go traveling in it for 2 weeks at a time or something. We don't need a lot of storage. Just need 2 butts in the seats and we're good to go. This was a disaster of a video, being a 2-month break smack dab in the middle. So appreciate you guys holding on to that video. I know you guys were waiting to see some NSU, and we're probably a little bit disappointed at how simple this video was. Sometimes that's the way it is. You know, we don't do this. This isn't our job. We still work full time, have lives, so we try to make do with the time we got, you know what I mean? So on that note, I think that's it for this episode. I know you guys have been waiting for the NSU. It's time. Jake's bug is made to Volksfest, so we can slow down on it a little bit. You know, most of the work's done on it, all the crazy stuff. So it's time to get back, giving the NSU some love. You know, we got the J2 van to look at and all the other fun projects, but we need to get some hours. You guys have been asking for it. Let's get some more done on the NSU. Actually, I should show you guys what my next plan is so you guys can be excited for the next episode. I think it's time to start working in this area. I want to pull the body off only once to do all the welding that needs to be done. So I might as well get working in this engine bay. Throw the trans in, throw the engine in, and start figuring out how we're going to attach the rear apron. Rear apron? Am I going to call it that? The rear hatch? I don't know. However, we're going to attach all this fun stuff. So stay tuned. That's what the next episode of this card is going to be. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Help grow this little YouTube channel. Hit that like button. Comment down below if you missed the NSU. I've missed working on it. So comment down below what you think. Let's get working on the engine bay. We'll see you next episode.